Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd, and I'm Todd. So I thought we'd do some Tom Jones today. My mom, she was a big sweetheart and she loved Tom Jones. She would watch the Tom Jones show. This is Tom Jones was the name of the show. Every week. She'd be sitting in the chair waiting for it to come on, and when it came on, she didn't move out of the chair. She watched it from beginning to end without moving. She just loved the show. She had several Tom Jones albums, and she'd play them on the family stereo, and she really enjoyed his voice. Now, Tom Jones is a guy that can do anything with his voice. He is such a dynamite vocalist. The guy can do rock and roll. He can do blues. He can do soul. He can do traditional type music. I mean, if he had to, I think he can do country. In fact, I think he put some country albums out in the 70s. The guy can do anything. And what's really cool about it is he can sing with just about any other singer or any other group and fit right in and not skip a beat, skip a note. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to watch some Tom Jones where he's with another person or another group from his show, This is Tom Jones. The first one that I thought we'd play is one with Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. But before we get into the video, I want to talk a little bit about their first album, Crosby, Stills, and Nash, which came out in May of 1969. The video we're going to see is also from 69, but it's a little bit later in the year. Now, I was 14 when this album came out, and one day I had the flu. I was really down for the count. And my mom had to go to work, and she said to me, Todd, I have to go to work, or more like, Todd, I have to go to work. And she wanted to know if there's anything I wanted or I needed. So jokingly, I said, oh, I would really like to get the new album by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Well, my mom worked at Prangy's, H.C. Prangy Company. It was a store in our downtown, and she worked in the men's department. In the basement was a very large record department, and it was where most people bought their records in the city. So she left, went to work. That evening she came home, and she handed me a bag, and she says, here you go. And in the bag was the Crosby, Stills, and Nash album. And it floored me. It just blew me away. You got to understand that my parents didn't buy my brother and I things that weren't necessary. They bought us our clothes, our food, our toothpaste. But if it came to something like a record or a toy or anything like that, no, that didn't happen. So this just floored me. And I was so excited. I took it in my room, put it on my record player, and it was just a great album. Now, it was a little bit different for me because I was listening to a lot of, hard rock, a lot of what was coming to be progressive music, and so I didn't hear a lot of acoustic. So this is a lot of acoustic in this album, so it was a lot different for me to take, and it took me a bit to listen to and really start to enjoy it. But it is a great album. I love this album, and I'll never forget my mom buying it for me. So when I first heard the album, though, the one track that just stood out, and it's a dynamite track, and it just stood out, was Long Time Gone. I mean, that was just a great track, and I just loved it and played that track over and over and over again. So with that, we're going to hear Long Time Gone by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young and Tom Jones. Here we go. Wow. Steven Stills, I mean, that he's just like crazy on there. I mean, his voice. I've always been a Steven Stills fan. Buffalo Springfield on out, and I had purchased most of his solo albums when he kind of left Crosby, Stills and Nash and Young, and the guy has just got a phenomenal voice. I mean, he just can just wail. And he's got such a blues type voice, such a bluesy voice. But what I loved was when I saw this for the first time. I mean, here's Tom Jones in the middle of this group, and he's just commanding. I mean, he's just taking over this song. I mean, his voice. I mean, he's got such a blues voice, and I love the faces, the look on Neil Young's face and on David Crosby's face and Graham Nash's face. I mean, it's just a great video. Like I said, Tom Jones could sing with anybody, and he just dominates. He's got that dominating voice. But this is a great video. Love the song Long Time Gone. It's a great song. This is an excellent version of it. So happy I found it, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. That'd be really cool. If you have any comments about Tom Jones, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, the song Long Time Gone, put in the comments below. Be really, really cool too. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. Just hit the subscribe button. That'd be neat. And hit the bell for updates to my latest videos. So I'm hoping you're having a super, super day and you're wearing a big, big smile. Peace out, baby.